Okay, welcome to Off the Shelf. I'm your host, Miss Victoria, and we have Avian and a special guest. It looks like she has with her.
We have Grogu or Baby Yoda, if you don't know his real name.
True that. And so obviously with her holding Grogu, or how he first was known as Baby Yoda, we are doing a Star Wars theme. You can see on the right there, you can see all the different Star Wars characters. It even includes the classic characters, and at the bottom you will see Rey, and of course Kylo Ren, and some of the ones from the, I guess you could say movie franchise wise, it would be 7, 8. And I don't know if they did a 9. They might have. I might not have seen it yet.
There's 3 for the new.
Okay, so the 7, 8, and 9. So we're gonna do everything Star Wars, because it is May, so it's May the Force be with you. So we're still on our Force kick on here. So I'm going to go ahead and get straight into the books. I remember the first 4 are going to be ones you can find here at Garcia Library. You can find on our shelf, of course. If it's checked out, you can put on hold and then check it out later. Okay, so the first one is a series called Legends, and it's also going to be found on Hoopla, and I think on Axis also. We have it on all 3 type, this series. But this one is Exile. This one's written by Aaron Alliston. Now, if you notice, this one is the legacy of the Force. So right there in the cover, let alone, if you do not know the characters, oh my gosh, either you've watched the movie, if you've never seen the movies, Avian, or heard of them. But in Avian's case, she did work at Disney, so she was associated with the names, at least.
Yeah.
She at least got the names. So on the cover, you have Princess Leia, and of course, you have Han Solo there, and which is the one I like as my favorite character. Of course, is always going to be Princess Leia, and you can see they did a very good depiction of Carrie Fisher, who was the late Carrie Fisher, shall I say, as Princess Leia. I don't think anybody else could have played Princess Leia but her.
Only Miss Fisher.
Only Miss Fisher. And of course, Han Solo did like Harrison Ford playing Han Solo. He had interesting on him. Didn't see the young version. I know Misty, my manager, she says it's good, but I don't know. I can't picture anybody but Harrison Ford playing them. All right, the next one you can see there's them older, and this one's by Troy Denning, and this was Star Wars Crucible. Now, Troy Denning is a known author of the Star Wars. If you look up one Star Wars books, you can either find it under his name, Denning, or most of the branches are going to have it under Star Wars.
Yeah, ours, we have them all under Star Wars. So they're all in one place.
Yeah, because they do have multiple authors, but I know one when I was looking it up, Troy Denning was one that popped up a lot. So it's possible he could be just under his name, but I would check, just like Avian just said, just like our branch, you might want to just go directly to Star Wars, and you should be able to find him. And this one seems like it's a later version. You can see Luke Skywalker. He looks like maybe if I had to guess, I would say, I don't want to say it's episode, but I guess you consider them episodes, but movie-wise, I would say 7 or 8 when he's older. Because Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher looks older as well. So they're after the classic trilogy happened and the Death Star was destroyed. Spoiler alert, if you don't know, sorry, but it's rare to find somebody who has not seen Star Wars movies.
Yeah.
Or at least has a friend who's a Star Wars fan that has told them about it. Because you always have that one friend, even if you haven't seen it, they will tell you everything about it. Mm-hmm. And it's almost like you watched it or you've seen it. So
yeah, you could just ask them for advice, for help. That's what I did.
Exactly. Yeah. Pretty much. And these are the newer ones. These are the ones for 7, 8, and 9. I'm assuming you know some of those characters.
Yeah, so that's Finn, Poe Dameron, and then Rey from the new ones. So yeah, I do know the new ones.
Yeah, I know Finn, I know Rey. I sometimes forget his last name. I know the actor is Oscar Isaac, but I tend to forget his name. I think it's Pogue.
Yeah, Pogue.
Oh, okay. Sometimes I forget his name, but you know all of them. And of course, if you watch them, I mean, not many people. And when we get to Hoopla, I will show you those. But there are the what they consider, depending on what generation you are. My generation, and of course, older, they consider the Harrison Ford and Carrie Fisher and of course Mark Hamill. They consider those Star Wars 1, 2, and 3 because that's how they started. But George Lucas decided to go back and say, "Hey, this is how Darth Vader became Darth Vader, and how they end up having Princess Leia and Luke Skywalker being twins, so you find out who their mother is and everything." So he did the prequel, which some people, they call it the prequel trilogy. Well, some people debate is they say that's 1, 2, and 3, and the other ones are 4, 5, and 6. Best way to put it is classic trilogy and prequel trilogy. If you go number wise, then you're going to get in a debate on that one. But these are the ones that were afterwards, and those are the main characters. Rey is considered your, like, I guess you could say Luke. I have not seen the last one, so I really don't know. I think someone spoiled it for me, and I don't remember. Thank goodness. Who her origin is, like, because if you see 7 and 8, they never tell you who her parents are. So you take, I think, the last one to find out who her stuff there. Finn, they always debated if you saw the prequel. Samuel Jackson's character, one of the Jedis, the main ones, the masters, his lightsaber was purple. And so they assume Finn somehow is associated because he was able to handle Luke's saber before he gives it to Rey. Well, actually, Rey had it first and it belonged to her, but she dropped it and Finn somehow gets in. He was able to use it, which if you don't have that, you can't use. It's hard to use the saber. So there's a whole thing on him too. So I guess I need to see the 9th one, even though someone spoiled it for me, but I don't remember it. So
that's good.
I don't remember it. I really don't. Okay, last one I think is cute, and I know Avian has them with him. These are ones Missy just got, these cute little ones. The one I have is in Avian's hand is right there. It's a How Not to Get Eaten by Ewoks. If you've seen the Ewoks, I don't remember if it was the 5th one or the 6th one or whatever in the classic trilogy. But yeah, the cute little fuzzy little Ewoks. Of course, they have spears and everything else, so it is kind of they may be cute, but they probably can attack you. So, and of course, it has other galactic survivor skills.
Yeah,
on there.
Your guide to avoiding hungry hunter-gatherers and the many other dangers the galaxy will throw at you. So it's just like a survival book. But there's also some more that are from, I can't tell if they're from the same author. It doesn't say on the front. They might be, but they're the same style. Like these small little books. There's one that's like Be More Lando and Be More Leia, and it's basically just life advice. So how you can model your life after Princess Leia, or how you can model your life after Lando. They're really cute books. They're all from kind of the same little like line of these new modern.
And Lando was one most people didn't really pay too much attention because he was one of those characters that just was in and out. They didn't use him too much on that one, actually.
Yeah, so his is about how to get what you want and look good doing it. And then Leia's is find your rebel voice and fight the system. So
I think I'll probably look at the Leia one.
Yeah.
Excuse me, I might look at the Leia one. All right, now another one I have, and I know we're going to talk about kids when not online, one of the online digital resources is the Tom Berger. He has an origami one, Yoda books. This one is Darth Paper Strikes Back. So there's several in this series. There's A Strange Case of Origami Yoda. That's the I think original one, actually, to be honest. Then you have a Chewbacca one, and at the end they show you how to make the origami Darth Paper. So if you're good at origami, you can learn how to make Darth Paper if you want. Now that one is in the course in the children's. So if you want to check this one out, It'll be in the children's area. So we're going to go into our Hoopla. Like I was telling you, there's the first one, the 3 books in one. That is your prequel. Phantom Menace, when he's a child, Attack of the Clones, there he is, Anakin Skywalker, or how we later know him as Darth Vader. Revenge of the Sith, or how some people say now, May the Revenge of the 5th, or Revenge of the 6th when it comes to May. And of course, these are based on George Lucas's stories. And then there's the classic one. Here's your New Hope, Empire Strikes Back, and Return of the Jedi. They're all in that one book. So if you go on Hoopla and check it out, you get all 3, which is great. And this is why I say you should just say classic trilogy or prequel, because diehards who knew it originally when it came out, we thought the classic trilogy is 1, 2, and 3. And the prequel as like, that's just a prequel. We don't count those. But prequels 1, 2, 3, then you have 4, 5, 6. If you're going to go in order, you get to the other ones. It's up to you how you want to do it. But if you're going to watch Star Wars, the first time, I would say get the prequels out of the way so you can find out, lead you up to Darth Vader. But some people may say watch the classic first and then the prequel so you can find out how he became Darth Vader. So you can do it either way on that one. I would just say go straight in order, because if you're doing 7, 8, and 9, it might kind of freak you out doing like Return of the Jedi. And then if you do Revenge of the Sith last, then it's kind of timeline wise, it's might mess you up on that one.
Yeah.
Of course, the next one is why we love Star Wars. Here are great moments that were built a galaxy far, far away. And if you know Star Wars, if you haven't seen it, the yellow iconic font, the font alone too, is very iconic. They use it at the very beginning, and they do that long story, kind of gives you a little storyline, or I guess you could call it a synopsis, I guess, or something in the beginning, like what's going to happen on that episode or that movie. So it's a Star Wars thing they have. And the last one, of course, is Star Wars Target Vader. Now, this one is a graphic novel because Hoopla does have comics, and I consider it a graphic novel, not so much a comic, but this is one of them. There are several. I mean, a lot on Hoopla. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. I'm sorry, what were you going to say, Avian?
Oh, I said there's a lot of comics for Star Wars.
There is. I was surprised too. I didn't know it was going to be that many. Now, of course, I couldn't find the movies on Hoopla, but just look in in the library search. I would just literally just type Star Wars, honestly, unless you want to be a specific title, which a specific movie, then I would type in A New Hope or Return of the Jedi if you want to be specific on that. And you'll find them and you can check them out also. But I didn't find them on Hoopla. And then they do movies, but I did not find the movies on Hoopla. Access 360, here's another one. The Star Wars trilogy, and this one actually includes George Lucas's name, so he was involved in this one. I do like the cover. A long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. And the next one, like I said, here's the Legends, that series that we saw earlier that we do have on the shelf. This one is with Kenobi. If you don't know him, he is in Star Wars, the prequels. He does come out on the classic, but it's not played by Ewan McGregor. It's played by somebody else. He's older because that's when he meets Luke Skywalker. Here he is actually, which is interesting, he apprentices Anakin when he's a boy and when he becomes a teenager, and tries to guide him not to fall in love with Padma. And because a Jedi is kind of like one a vow of like not, he just going to be just fighting, protecting the galaxy. Of course, Anakin breaks that and uses his emotions and becomes Darth Vader. When Ben Kenobi, which is Luke learns as Ben, who Luke is Darth Vader's father, we all know the Luke, you are my father. Everybody said that line several times. He trains him. So he actually trains the father and the son. So that's one. Next one, I came across these on accident. I thought they were hilarious and cute. I don't know. Is Star Wars trilogy. But this one's dealing with William Shakespeare's plays. And I think this one's I can't say the Duchess, maybe. I don't know what this one is. But they have ones that do like Pride and Prejudice, like different Shakespeare plays. Hamlet, I think, is one.
There's characters.
Yeah, but they use Star Wars characters.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's several, but I like this one because I like Yoda with his
the frilly collar.
But if you look, there's Princess Leia, there's Han Solo and his Shakespeare, and there's Lando, and then
wearing the bloomer pants.
Yeah, exactly. So it's cute. You gotta check it out. I would go and access. There's a whole bunch of, trilogy. So there's at least 2 more. Last one is a children's one, and I told you about Tom Engelberger, but this one's Jeffrey Brown, and this is his Jedi Academy. You can see classic character Yoda, Darth Maul. He's actually in the prequel, not in the classic one. And I'm assuming that's supposed to be like a version of R2-D2. But that's also a kids one. So if you like this one, you might want to try Jedi Academy as well if you're into the whole Star Wars on that.
The Jedi, they're so cute. There's one called like The Force Oversleeps or something like that. They're very popular with kids. There's like 5 of them.
Yeah, so the parents who have seen Star Wars and we all love it and you want to get your child into it, check out these books for them. I think they would like it. Of course, we do have, I want to say an example is our DK.
Oh, the giant, yeah.
And this is Star Wars The Force Awakens. It's a dictionary, visual dictionary. Now this one is episode, I guess you could say episode 7, because this is when he introduced to Finn, Rey, and of course Kylo Ren.
Yeah,
which is like a different version of Darth Vader. If you think about the prequels, they had Darth Maul right there. Classics had Darth Vader, and then the 7, 8, and 9, you had Kylo Ren. And also the guy with red hair.
Oh, yeah, the general.
The general.
Yeah,
I'm not talking about the one in the silver suit. That girl was one too, but no, I meant the other.
I forgot her name. But yeah, General Hux.
Yeah. So there you go. You have him too as well. Now, before I get to this, just to remind everybody, if you have never seen these, you gotta at least see them once.
Yeah. Even if you're like, I don't think I'm going to like them. Culturally, they are so significant for like sci-fi and fantasy. Even if you end up not liking them, at least you'll be able to see like, oh, this is why people like them. Exactly.
Now, this is hard. I love Star Wars. I am a Star Wars fan. I grew up on that. But at the same time, I do like, and do not confuse these two, but I do like Star Trek. That's another one, and those are completely different. They're both fantasy. They both deal with space and everything. Do not get confused. So if you're talking to someone and you walk in a conversation, make sure you listen which star it is. Because if they're talking Star Wars and you just walk in a conversation and say, hey, everybody live long and prosper, and you're like this, that's not going to work. Yeah, that's Star Trek. Both great, dealing with space, and they both have the word star. And of course, you go into your other ones, shows that deal with stuff, and then your Battlestar Galactica, your Firefly, they all deal with the fantasy and stuff. But when you go deep down, the classic ones are always going to be Star Wars and Star Trek. But you have to see both of them at least once. So, especially if you don't see it and you go to Disney and you work at Disney.
End up like me.
Like Avian did. She worked at Disney. You're going to learn some of the characters, but be careful if you work like Avian did in the Star Wars area, because you're going to get a fanatic that's going to want to question you several times, and they're going to assume you know it. And those people who are fanatics, don't assume everybody who works at Star Wars, at Disney, in that location, they know about it. Just letting you know. They're going to know the basics. They might not be a fan just like you are. And just like Avian said, you watched it once, you may not like Star Wars, but at least you can say you watched it.
Yeah, you can say you know what it is.
Exactly. At least you know the difference between Chewbacca and Ewok and, of course, Jabba the Hutt.
Yep, very different.
Yeah. So once again, remember, visit Facebook and YouTube at Corpus Christi Public Libraries. Subscribe to the YouTube channel or like our Facebook page. While you're on YouTube, you can quickest thing is go to YouTube, type Corpus Christi Public Libraries. You see a list of all the programs we offer, and you can click them there. You can also go to cctexas.com/library, go to virtual programs, and it'll send you. You'll see the list of all the programs, click on the hyperlink, and it'll send you to YouTube. However, make sure to, once you're on YouTube, to keep looking at the other ones or save that one, because sometimes they are not on our homepage. So my best bet might be just going straight to the YouTube and subscribing. If you need help finding more Star Wars, if you can't find one and it's not under Star Wars, it might be under the author. So if you need help, you can call us, and Avian and other library assistants, maybe like Robin or anybody, you can call us and they can help direct you where that book is. And of course, you can also use the search on the catalog. You can use new book alerts, author check, and of course, book newsletter. If you want more online program, here's that long list, kind of say hyperlink, I guess you could say, web page link. You can do that long one. I just prefer either you go straight to YouTube and type that, or use our web address. It's a little shorter. Now, I know Avian doesn't know, and I talked to Robin when we did the gardening, but we are doing a bizarre holidays next week. Robin knows one, so I will tell you the one I told Robin. We are doing National Wine Day.
Oh.
Yes, cool. National Wine Day, which is, I think, the 24th, May 24th. And the next one, and the other one I didn't tell her, is National Hamburger Day, which is May 28th. So those are the two we'll be talking about. We'll be showing you some books dealing with wine, pairing the books that we have, and of course, books that deal with hamburgers as well, because you got to have food you just don't want to celebrate too much National Wine Day without food. Not a good combination. So make sure you join with us next week when we do National Wine Day and National Hamburger Day. And of course, we will give you more information. And of course, the link, if anything, we can also offer you the link to Bizarre Holidays for each month. And there's a long list because they do for every day of that month. So once again, thank you for joining us. And I'm not going to say, I just want to say, make sure I have a long time ago in a far, far away galaxy, because I do not want to switch it. That's the wrong one. So I hope you enjoyed this, and you go out and you'll be able to check out the movies or even just the books to get the information, the nonfiction ones, so you can find out more about the characters and then watch the movies.
Yeah.
All right. See you next time.
All right. Bye, everybody.
Bye. Bye, Grogu.
Always says bye. Say bye.